Hello. So, on my hard mode island, my character has basically been sleeping at Happy Home because I left it on inside Happy Home. So I figure doing some more here would make a lot of sense. I did find a way to turn on captions, but I think they're only going to work on Twitch. I don't think that YouTube is going to allow the captions to go through. So I'm not sure if I have two things that I'm considering. I have a shorter amount of time today, but we have a number of interesting villagers to choose from that we could do for Happy Home. And then the other thing I was thinking about was doing custom designs, whether people have suggestions for things that they'd like to see in custom designs, or I could also do, I've been thinking about the new outfits that just came out in Pokemon and trying to translate those to Animal Crossing custom designs. Welcome in and thank you for the lurk. I don't have a lurk command, but good to see that you're around. So yeah, those are two things I'm considering. Also, my mic lives in another location and then I have to set it up for each stream. So if the sound doesn't sound right, if it's too loud or too quiet, let me know because it's probably to do with positioning. But if we start out with someone in Happy Home, I am open to suggestions of who we should start with. I haven't looked in the cafe yet to see who's here. Let's see. So Molly we've already done. And then we've got Caroline, is it? There's two of the squirrels that both have a really warm color palette that I get mixed up. Got Phoebe, and then I can't leave. So we're either going to design in Happy Home and we can do any of the villagers that we have out right now. I think I also could do a restaurant. Or we're going to do custom designs in Animal Crossing. Probably clothes, and they could be... One of the things I was considering with that was we've done streams before where people suggest something that they want to see, and so we make that usually clothing like inspired by something, or like this is like a jacket that we did last time. Or Pokemon just came out with new outfits for Scarlet and Violet, and I was considering translating those into Animal Crossing custom designs. So I thought I'd see if people had a strong opinion one way or another, because all of the designing sounds fun to me, whether it's putting together a house in Happy Home or doing the custom designs where we actually make things. So if you have a preference, let me know. All right, let's start with the house. I forgot that I have to actually tell her I'm going to work in order to be able to see what they're doing for the houses. Body, can I go to work, please? What? I must be at a different point in the story. Oh, okay. I forgot. Last time I was in was when we did the little DIY explainer upstairs, and so now we can use DIY items in the builds. But as this island's only like a month or two old, I haven't really made very much, so we'll be able to now use things like log stools. You know, not really expanding the way that on my main island it expanded it. Now we'll be able to see what their ideas for their houses are and pick something. And we're early enough that we are still unlocking items as we do different houses. So we've got something with games, handicrafts. I don't remember what her furniture is. I don't think I've done her in the past. Green stuff, so probably green things and plants. Heavy equipment and safety. Is that going to be like the steamroller and the bags of cement and things maybe? Secret base. I do stream on Twitch too. I kind of took a little, I only did a few on there and then I switched over here for a bit and I'm thinking about going back because I like some of the, like my captions will work there and they don't work here. But I haven't, I was doing them without mic, which is harder a little bit. But yeah, I'm hoping to do both. This will always be here because my videos will always be here. Why is it not showing me the bubble? There we go. Oh, lighting. But on Twitch, it's, and pretty much every platform, it's all the same name. Let's see. Right, the beauty salon, we've got Burning, right, because Phoenix, Fire Stuff, and Ranch. Anyone want to see a house for any of these villagers more than any of the others? Either the ones in the cafe or back on the beach. And the cafe is one that I did on stream. My random island name generator, Molly already has a house. So she lives here, so we could remodel, but she does have a house already. The island name for this island is Perry. It's just, and the blue penguin works here. Yeah, so the cutest ones in here, they live here. So we have the anteater, we've got Phoebe the phoenix, we've got this little red squirrel, and then we've got everybody who is outside on the beach as well. There's a bunch of pears on the wall in the cafe because I've been trying to sneak pears into each build because the island name is Perry. Outside, do we have all guys? The girls are inside at the cafe where the guys are on the beach. Oh, and then we've got, oh, what is her name? I know it's a flower, and I suddenly have forgotten it. Yeah, I can do this squirrel. She said ranch, so I'm thinking that's the ranch set with the, everybody swapped spots when we came in this time. Go see what she wants. Now, where do we put this? Dreamy country ranch home. Very not my style, but you can have what you want, little squirrel. Now there's one that's like pretty flat that I generally don't use because it's flat. I'm wondering, yeah, I don't know. That feels pretty country because there's nothing there. Let's see what we have to work with. Yes, yes, now I can use my extensive DIY collection. So all of her things, they definitely look like indoor stuff this time. Not much. So I guess she's pretty early. I mean, I don't always put that in. Thinking this, I don't always use fences, but this feels like one that could use a fence. I don't know if it'll actually go all the way around, but maybe. First, we'll need to actually be able to get inside, so keeping that open. Oh, I have not unlocked very much in the way of pathing yet. Can I go under the house with pathing? Yes, okay. It's kind of basic looking, but meh. I didn't even realize I had selected that. Let's see, perhaps some trees. It's the Harv's fence, right? That they finally added after a bunch of people were getting it into the game in other ways that they did not approve of. Maybe not those bushes. Think of ranch stuff, I think kind of like basic or classic, but I don't. Maybe this bush? And then is there outside furniture that might make sense for this? Maybe this is where my log stools and things come in, which I don't see there. I tend to just always pile up a bunch of stuff and then see where it should go later. I guess I'm thinking slightly rustic. I don't know, it's like I want to be able to see what all my choices are, and I can't do that when they're all hiding in under all the menus. I have way more stuff now than I did for the last few builds I was doing, but it's still not up to what I'm used to with my, like, you know, the island I've been playing for the last, whatever it is, 2-3 years. So I'm still like, oh, where's this thing? And it's not there. But still way more options in Happy Home than, say, building on a new island. I feel like she'd have a birdhouse. Although that also feels kind of weird being a squirrel. I mean, at least it doesn't go as far as like the hamster with the hamster in a cage, but it's still like, This comes in other colors, right? Maybe the dark one. I'm not quite sure what to do for the house itself. Oh, or, I mean, if we're going rustic, would water pump be more appropriate? Did I know I could customize this? Am I this far in and just being like, wait, I'm not sure I knew I could do that. Hi, Jelly. How are you doing? Maybe let's change the house. I feel like I always go with some version of that. I always forget that these are down here. But this is only how large my house is on this island, and so I can't make all the all the other really big houses. Maybe? Should she have a wreath? Yeah, that's more woodland, less country. Perhaps. I'm thinking like more like, I mean, not quite farmhouse, but you know, farm style house in slightly out in more open country area, less woodland area. She has a squirrel, so she needs some trees. Put the water pumps up. We've got like 3 sources of water. That seems like plenty. 4 sources of water if you count the bird bath. But you know, different areas of the yard, so it's fine. Would her yard have like organized flowers, or would they be more kind of all over the place flowers? So I don't know why we all collectively decided that things like piles of boxes and barrels around like are a pretty normal thing for villagers. Sometimes wonder if they're all very into shipping items. Or maybe it's just they all have tiny one-room houses, so they have to store their stuff outside just like us. Going between this and like Disney Dreamlight Valley where the controls are slightly different, I'm like, wait, how do I rotate things again? I'm doing this forever and suddenly I can't remember. I feel like this is too many flowers in one place. Too many bushes, not enough bushes. Just want slightly more diagonal placements on everything. All right, have a good rest. Thanks for coming by. I also forgot to bring in Sour Patch Kids today, so my voice is not quite as stable as I wish it was. Forgot I just dropped this somewhere. Maybe not a leaf stool? What other colors does this come in? I don't know if I like that better though. Well, maybe kind of, I don't know if I have the items. I think I did just recently get the little, like the tray of seedlings and things, and I'm thinking about that in the back corner, like maybe potting shed type activities. Okay, I've got a barrel. Where are you? Plant thing, but it's not with those. It would be tiny. I'm like, I have one in my house, so it should be here, right? Ah. I have the kind that has no flowers on it, which doesn't stand out particularly well. Wooden bucket, sure. Or should it be a tin bucket? Because that one has water in it already. Didn't pay a lot of attention when I was scrolling down other than to see, hey, there's a lot of food and drink items, and not really what I'm looking for. Is maybe like tools. I don't think I actually have any of the, like the bus stop or any of the stuff that would make a shed structure. And then gonna need some sort of a table to put that on. Although we could use more log benches. That's always... Those are one of my go-tos early game because you're like, here's seating and a table. And just works for everything. Maybe the wood plank table. This one almost looks like a folding table. This one's more sturdy. It's gonna tell me I don't have room for things really quickly. Sorry, I needed water to try to get my voice back. I like this one. I don't know which of these actually makes sense outside. Or would I have room for it? No, I didn't want to go that high. Sometimes I wish I could make the outside of the plots larger to fit more stuff. Maybe I don't want quite as many boxes if I'm going to put something functional back here instead. So I kind of like that this one, I mean, this basically matches, but at the same time, is it too fancy? This one looks very indoors now that I'm looking at it. This one's very stable, which you kind of want for a work table, and it matches the house. Maybe that one. This one I'd have like in a workshop or inside a garage or something. Although now I'm like, what other colors can I make this in? Yeah, we'll stick with that, I think. Although it'll probably want some of this stuff to come forward. These things don't need to be over here. I just liked them and put them... just put them out because I liked them. This is sort of the decorative garden area over here with the bird bath. It's a fun colored gnome. So maybe you're prepping your seedlings, what? Maybe shipping them off. We've got a garden wagon there. We have like 3 colors with no flowers, and then we have 3 kinds of flowers. Sort of like the yellow ones. But I'm also thinking, no, not that one, this one. The white ones sort of look like the flowers that we have in the yard already. If they're white, or are they light purple? Can't really tell. Get rid of the leaf stool, because I think this one is going to make a little more sense. I don't know if we want 1 or 2 of those. I wish we had buckets of dirt sometimes, which I know is a weird thing to want, but seems like it would make some things make more sense. That's strange. Maybe this, does it need a tree or does it need pathing? Because it just feels very samey. Maybe this just needs to be a different color brown. Darker one. I don't know if I want to label or not, but... And then maybe the flower wagon doesn't go there. Maybe all the crates get different colors. The light one is just so clean. Which I guess the fence is too, but it seems almost like I just made this box. It hasn't been sitting out here very long. I mean, they don't need to be all different colors, but I don't know. We'll see. I changed my mind a lot in this. What other colors of garden wagon are there? That any better? Sort of. Something's like just off. Let's take this one out. What if this was... what if that was just on another one of these? Maybe it was over here? And then if we stuck this in that space instead... maybe? I don't know. And if all else fails, hide it with a tree. Well, we won't let me hide it exactly where I want, but... And it's like, why did you put that there in the first place? But I feel like the tree helps it. Stick a few more bushes around somewhere. But... like, want it in between, always. And if folks have suggestions, feel free to share as well. What? That is not what I meant to do. I don't feel like I even pressed that button, but... I was thinking, I've seen water pumps and often you have just some paving around them. But maybe that's too little paving. I don't know if you would have it around a well or not. Is that too strange? Would we connect them? Would it be like, here's where the stuff where you get water is, and because it's wet, we have rocks around it? Not really sure that that's quite what I was... maybe? I don't know. Another tree. I'm glad it still lets you put the trees towards the edges of the plot, but it doesn't have to have the 6 around it there too. Actually, maybe... what if there was an additional tree there? Is that too much? If it was a smaller tree? Not that small. Not small. Should it be a bush or a stump? I feel like there's something that could be here. Yeah, we'll try that and work on the inside instead. I like it better from the character height. It is a little cluttered though. So I think I put some of that stuff out just thinking I might use it, put it to the side and left it there. Thanks, Jelly. I wish decorating on my island could be that easy sometimes. I just think of like what things I could make if I didn't have to worry about, can my character actually physically stand here and put something? And then have to, like, you know, climb all the way around to see if it works. So I guess this house is going to be actually like a house, which I feel like a lot of mine are not. They end up being, you know, what is Molly's is like the publishing house or something. This bed looks so tiny alongside this like giant wardrobe. Actually, massive headboard? No, this bed is like dwarfed. I mean, tiny squirrel with a big wardrobe, I guess. Oh, right. We can actually make this room bigger. And I can use partitions. I don't think I can use pillars yet. So we can make a whole floor plan. It's just not going to have those nice crisp edges on it. While we're here, what walls and floor? Well, which walls and floors do they recommend for us? So we could do all wood, you know, the wooden box look, as if we're living inside one of those little crates we have outdoors. Let's flip this so we don't have it blocking things. I mean, she has a squirrel. They live in trees, right? I think they usually live out on the branches of trees, though. What else do we have? Have the whole birch set. I feel like this is one of those one or the other. And then it's fine. Brick. This old-timey thing. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've seen this combination in real houses before. You know, like it's fine, and so but if somebody were to buy the house, they'd probably be updating it. If they were to flip the house, they would. That's kind of fun. See, that's brighter, airier, less realistic, but I almost wish there was a yellow version. This floor had a wall. And then we can also consider, like, how would we use accents? I feel like this gives us more flexibility. Where are the rugs? This is like, it's pretty and it's also like grandma's carpet somehow. Is this the only combination of these two pieces of furniture that actually matches? Yeah, I think it might be, unless this has the dark wood. Okay, so we could go dark wood on this one. What are the this might be the place where we pull in the random pairs. They don't look great. I need to come up with like one more pair pattern that's much easier to incorporate into design. Yeah, that looks... that would not go with this rug for sure. Yeah, I think maybe we'll build the bedroom around the rug and these furniture, and we won't force those pairs on it here. Do I not? Oh, do I need to unlock the other custom plus in order to use like the patterns? Oh, you know what? On this island, I might not even have Sable's patterns yet. So I was thinking there might be something that's more neutral, or be able to do like a solid pattern instead. At least from this angle, it almost looks okay, but like, why not just make those fit? This is where I need the pillar to square that off. For now, maybe there, and then what else is in that set that fits in a bedroom? Okay, there's like a little desk. Oh, this thing maybe. There's less here than I would have thought. Trying not to spin it too much so that it doesn't make everybody dizzy. Why is that bigger than the partition? I don't think, yeah, I could get in there. She's tiny, it looks like she could get in there, but I don't think she can if I did that. Although we could do that. Oh, but then we've got space. Maybe not. I like that, but I really like the way that the rug takes up exactly the amount of space that we're making this room. Here's an idea. The bed is super narrow, so it would easily fit there. Then we can either put this here, you know, even though the mirror blocks it, we can pretend you get natural light for, you know, doing your makeup or whatever. Or we could stick it over here at the end of the bed, next to, like, you get your clothes, and then you can see how they look here. I know it fits here, just put it. Or it could go there. And the giant wardrobe could also move, maybe if we rotate it. Need to put something on that wall if we leave it like that, though. And it could be lighting. Could also hang up some clothes there because it is like a bedroom, getting ready, stuff like that. I don't feel like the art that I have is going to make sense. I mean, there could be skateboards, but it's not quite the vibe I'm getting from this particular squirrel. Although, maybe a plant. Maybe not on that wall, but on the wall that has the window. Let's see what we have for clothes. I don't know, what would the squirrel even wear? Luckily, they've unlocked a bunch for us because I don't... Having made all the custom clothing to wear, I don't have very many options on this account. I forget that you can just go category by category. I feel like the dresses look nice hung up. Maybe she works at a diner. See what that looks like hung up. I was like, I only have those for dresses, but it's, you know, forgot that what is the category? Is it actually costumes? And so when that's how the wrestling uniforms get in here too? Or the bodybuilder suits, whatever they are. See how these fit. I don't know why I went with the yellowish versions of everything. Can it? I always want to hang stuff over the windows in this game because, like, look, that's where I would put this. So the plants can get some light. They hang in front of the window. It looks a little odd there, though. The plant will probably move when we get this side done. So, I mean, this feels like, I feel like I've had this kitchen chair before. There's a whole set of stuff that goes with that, right? Oh, it's like this is just things I've used. Yes, that's exactly what it is. We have that kitchen table. We have this thing. Is there a sink? Yeah, there's a sink that goes with that. It feels like that set should also come with a stove or something. But I don't think, unless there's that like all-in-one, that sort of goes. All right, let's see if this stuff actually fits. Or we could expand the house to make some stuff fit a little bit better and just keep the bedroom stuff on that side. Although part of me is like, a real ranch kitchen is pretty crowded sometimes. Where should this table go? Yeah, the two more squares might make a difference for making it so our little squirrel can actually walk around. I feel like we should put at least one more chair at the table. I mean, technically you could walk around in this. You could sit in this chair. You can still get to things. Could also turn that way. Thought I was grabbing the table. The table on that wall. If we put a chair, you can't walk through yet, but you could do something like that. I think when we have the table turned this way, yeah, there's not enough room to walk, so we'll make the room a little wider. We could also, I forgot, I haven't expanded the front to back at all. So that's also something we could do. And these don't have to go on this wall. Actually, what do we have for accent walls that we could do in the kitchen? I mean, we could put that brick in now. That's maybe the white brick. I don't even... do we have anything else that would make any sense in the kitchen? You know, maybe she's got a lot of freezers. I'm just clicking things now. Very rustic, partially outdoor kitchen. Or maybe this is not, maybe we use an accent wall on the bedroom wall instead. Oh, I've got all of these things, but I don't know, it's weird, but I sort of like it. Although she did nod at the steampunk wall. I feel like that almost makes sense. Like if you're, this is an original wall that was added onto. Don't hate the wood. Cabin walled kitchen. It's something. Would that make more sense as the back wall? Like all the other walls are white and then the back one is the cabin-ish looking one. The combination of the two looks kind of strange though. I just like that color wood with the furniture that we have in there. It kind of blends it together nicely. I'm not sure that's oh right, we've got this. Oh, and I was facing a different way. Because we've still got our yellow floor. No, I wanna see my kitchen wall and apply things to my kitchen wall. Oh. I don't know about in there, but I do sort of not hate that wall. But maybe... or over here. Okay, I can't see anything with that up. Sometimes just wish when I made the fake rooms that I could totally change the walls in it. But is that better? Maybe. I don't think we'd want the whole, like everything to have that wall because that's a lot of yellow with the floor. Does it take away too much of the like country ranch kind of thing that's happening? I don't know. Maybe we leave that for right now and keep working on item placement in the kitchen. So I've got this thing. I don't... Oh, does this actually... I think in my head I'm like, how do you separate like the table area and the rest of the kitchen area? Although I guess the kitchen would be deeper in and then your eat-in kitchen part with your table would be further out. But I did just put this fancy wall here. Yes, I totally wish you could hang things on the partitions in the middle. I feel like there's so much more I could do if it would let me do that. Where do I put you, sink? Oh, right, there's a window here. Yep. Country kitchen, your sink is always in front of the window, right? Not that we have a sink that really matches the width of our window. And then is the stove on this wall or is it on the same wall as the sink? Oh, we need a fridge. I knew there was other stuff that goes in a normal kitchen, but suddenly can't remember what any of it is. Where where do the fridges live? Is there, oh, there's a whole category just for them. Maybe a white one that goes with, that's pretty simple, it goes with everything. Perhaps a freezer? Not sure yet. My thinking being like, I don't know, a lot of people I know who live like out in the country, you're also like, I don't know, everybody's got like a freezer of stuff. It's just the way it is. Fridge in that corner, or I could also swap the stove, or it actually fits here too. I feel like there's a bunch of rules about the ways real kitchens are made. And this is freestanding, so I mean, this is freestanding too, technically. Like, there's rules about where things go, and if you get them right, then you're like, ah, that's a kitchen, I understand. And when you don't, you're like, I lined up a bunch of stuff against a wall, and there's somewhere where some of these things should be, and I'm just not quite sure where they are, where they should be. Oh, we actually have a little bit more room because I forgot to slide all this stuff over when we made the room bigger. Look at all that space. It's like a whole extra house now. All right. So this is a possibility. We don't need to keep it. I'm really happy that these chairs don't have arms in them, so you could actually sit in them from the side. Maybe this goes somewhere over here. Is it odd to have it kind of in the middle of the wall? Hard with everything having like an opening, I guess. You know, like you need to open the fridge, you need to be able to stand in front of each of the things. And so you can't like put things in a corner. Or should the table be out in space more? I guess it doesn't gain a ton by being in the middle of the space. Except I guess that you could put a chair on the end. I don't think we need chairs all the way around, but now that I can do it, I kind of want to see what it looks like. Actually, maybe? I can't put a chair here, I think, and still walk. Yeah, because it's only 3 wide. I think this stuff back here, I'm not sure. Not totally sold on where things are. This doesn't have to go here, so we could take it out of the build altogether. Something here. What we don't have is like cabinetry with like junk drawers and things. Oh, we could have used this instead. Instead of our big stone kitchen thing, we could use that as a stove. I would put a workbench if this was like my player house. Oh, the shelves and things, whether it's these or this one. It looks like we just built scaffolding or something. Can you still walk here? I put something there. No. So we might also extend this house and make it a little bit taller. So then we could do that. Yeah. If we do this, and then again, I have to remember to move all this stuff back into its corner. And take the rug with it. And now it is just giant. Said it was like a whole extra house before. It's even more than that. Still gotta work on colors of things. But I could put the table out here instead. Or we could line this with shelves and things. Do something in this entryway space. Got 2 in the walkway. Well, I guess put... No, not that one. I want a second one of those. And then does the chair fit? The chair fits. No, these things kind of define the space a little bit more by being there. Although I don't think they come in the same color. Nope. So do we go darker or do we go white to blend in with the wall? Maybe just keep them the same color. that too bright? Oh, maybe we keep them the same color. And I've got like this space here. There's like one more piece in the ranch set, right? That we haven't used yet. This thing. There's another wardrobe. Which I'm a little surprised her set didn't have this wardrobe and had the antique one instead. Can I find a place for a fireplace? If this is our imaginary coat closet, maybe that would make more sense on this wall. I feel like if we had a real coat closet, it would probably go about here. So I see this as entryway furniture too. I just have this empty wall over here and it seems like... I guess we could put more shelves. Or something else there. What else could go there? Or we could build this out and make it into a closet. Is that too strange? Don't think I have... There's like some... Let's see. I think there's some sort of... like there's different tall shelving units that already have things on it. I don't think I've unlocked those, but if I had, I think that would be really nice to like line a closet with. These shelves that are tall. I mean, we have these and these. Like we have all this stuff that we've seen. That's kind of the closest thing to a countertop I might have. What else do we have that could potentially go there? I kind of like the idea of adding an additional partition and making that some sort of a closet. I just need stuff that would go in it. And then we can start putting in all those like little, all the small stuff that goes on the surfaces and makes it look like it's actually something. And if you have ideas, let me know. Oh, it could be like a utility closet. Maybe that's where you keep your snow tires and your step ladder. I mean, I was thinking more like pantry. But, you know, that... I feel like that version could also work. More of our crates. I mean, if the crates, we put the, like... The fruit label on them, drop some fruit around too. Could do something like that. If I end up using the boxes, I'll probably want a single box. You can see this is my make a mess with all the stuff style of building. Strange little indoor greenhouse where we fill a closet with plants and put lights on it. Or we could fill it with gold. What would our little squirrel keep in a closet? Oh, fire extinguisher maybe? It could be wood. I don't think I have the wood stack. Well, I had an idea, but I don't think I have the walls for it. So here's my pile of stuff. We'll just put some things away right now. I think this is gonna go somewhere. I'm just not sure where yet. So we could just put, you know, we could put the iron... Is that the iron shelf? This shelving, we could put that along that wall. We have some of the... No, that's a box. We have this shelf already. We could also put this one over here just to give us some counter and look at the other colors. Maybe it would be white over here. Maybe we'd keep this. I suppose if we do that, it blocks the... Since we don't have the pillar to make the nice corner, we could put that there too. It looks like she's just moving in, you know? But the other thing I was thinking was if we took these how much space do we want to give it? We may or may not keep the freezer, so that can go there. We could do a really narrow. We could do a narrow closet and enter it that way, or we could make it a long one and you enter it on this front part here. And it could go as wide as maybe this, but it doesn't have to go that wide. It could still be a little bit more narrow. I feel like that would be on the back wall if it was part of it, though probably with the meters facing the way that we can see. Pretend it's on that side. I mean, you could have shelves in there as well. I wish I could get it. Oh, if we turn this, oh, is that a square? So you can still walk there, it just doesn't look as cute. Because this feels narrow now. Maybe I don't. Like, I was thinking having 2 squares in this little closet-ish area would make it so you could put more things, and I like that idea. But I don't like that you have so little space on the other side. Could just put the shelves in there. But if we're doing the shelves, then I could leave the shelves out too. Would like to be able to turn them though. Oh, those are solid, so I can do that. Nope, you stay. You go on top of there. I mean, you could pretend to do it like that. Oh, or... where is it? Just bought this the other day. Maybe this color? Maybe I shouldn't... Nah. If I change my mind, I'm gonna be like, wait, what did I have here before? This still has potential. But... I don't know if that stays. Oh, they don't... I wish they would make more things that don't have a gap. What if it's a stairwell to an imaginary second floor? I don't know if I can do second floors in this or not yet. And then maybe this goes here, maybe it doesn't. A little bit bigger than I want it to be. Oh, I don't know if I want to keep that. I like the idea. I think I need to put a doorway on top. I don't think I have a door custom design yet, but we could. Don't need this. I don't know if I want to keep this or not. Do you still fit? Oh, because I could... turn it. This probably looks quite chaotic. Not seeing inside my head. Maybe something like that. Maybe the fire extinguisher doesn't go quite up here. I don't know where that goes. Go here? Do I have a corner somewhere? I wish I could put things on this shelf and then also under this shelf. It's a little bit odd. It is the kitchen. They should have one somewhere. Not sure where yet. And then you've kind of got the fireplace down there from your kitchen table. Is it better if this is centered on that wall? And if I center that, then I should tuck this in. I don't know if that's better. Nope. I don't think it matters when you turn the partitions around. Yeah, fun twist if it did. This will look much better once we add in the tiny stuff. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we make a custom design that looks like half of a door, and then we put it on the stickers, and then the sticker goes on the wall up there. So it's a lot for something that super doesn't matter, but I'm curious now if that's something I can do. I also don't know about the placement with the stickers. Do you know sometimes they jump around and you can't quite get the placement right? Let's see. No, not this one. I want to change all the colors. I was thinking browns, but you know, most of the stuff in this house is kind of that lighter. So maybe a white. I don't know if it should just be grayscale and then, you know, change the pigments on it. It's something really light. So maybe the door is actually a white door. Let's check and see what our colors are right now. All right, so this is almost as bright as we can go. So that we might want something, maybe a 3. Maybe this should be our base. The one to the left can be a little bit brighter, and then if we need it, we can go up for a full highlight. So this is a 3 and a 1. What is this one? The 2 and a 1? Actually, is that going to be too gray? It's hard to tell because once you get the light in there too, it's all over the place. Yeah, maybe we don't. So I usually adjust with brightness, but this might be better off adjusted with the vividness of the actual color instead. I don't know, let's find out. I'm thinking this one for our base. It's very warm. And then what do we need? How do you do... Oh, we could do it in multiple pieces if they're stickers. Stickers will go edge to edge, right? I'm so used to thinking in simple panels where you're like, how does this duplicate and make sense? So it's only going to be one tile, and it's going to go on top of that less than one tile dresser. So would this be an appropriate framing? This is not. Yeah, these colors are going to need some work. I almost wonder if I should just do it in whatever color first. So yeah, if we think of this as a 2-piece. Okay, no, we don't want... the door frame does not go around the bottom of the door. So we have the door frame, and then you have the paneling on the door itself. I don't mind that has... maybe this is our general design for our frame. I'm just going to use colors I can see. And then... So let's say it's 2 in the middle. What is 2 to the side to 2 to the middle? Is that 2? Is it too big? That's what I'm wondering. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would have us taking it up to 2. I don't know. So what I'm thinking is when I make the second one and I stack it on top, I'm going to have this distance here plus whatever distance I put on the other side of it. And right now that should be the same as this here. This might be a little narrow or something not quite. Also, why do I not have this style door. I'm looking up at a door. The doors in my house are all weird and not the kind I'm trying to make because I'd really like a reference. I'm trying to think when you're looking up at the door, those panels, do those panels go in? Do they go out? Or are they just, they do both? You know, they're a narrower inset part that's the same as kind of those crossbars. Are we looking up at it at an angle most of the time? Or is it going to be centered? So right now those are, that's light, but that's dark. I think this is not the right part to do, maybe? And then I think we'll have something up here, but then is it this way or is it the other way? Like, is it going to be the left side of the outer ones, the inner ones? And is it the same on both or is it different? Because right now, I'll make it look in. I don't want it to just be a square either, although that might not be wrong. Should just look at a picture of a door. I like winging it. Also wondering, did we not give this enough room? Maybe not. Yeah, that looks kind of strange. So maybe it's not going to be even, or maybe I don't need to do this secondary inset. Maybe it should be a simpler door. I'm just going to put these on the wall so that as we try things, it'll be easier to see what is going on. Let's see. So build mode, and also I'm pretty sure I have stickers unlocked, but I don't want to do all this if we do not have, yeah, okay. So we put this as our partially made door. It just looks like a square. I mean, it is just a square, but that's kind of what I'm thinking is something along these lines, except ideally you'd let me just put it, I don't like that. There's so much, let me come back out of that. There's so much of a gap. Okay. So we could make it, I mean, it's a squirrel. We're, you know, we're not even as tall as a simple panel, which is the double height. So we could make it with the intention that it's going to go behind the stair dresser. If we do that, that means bringing up kind of the bottom part. And then when we make the top half, it's going to be more than half because the bottom half is going to be partially obscured by the dresser. It also looks like we don't need to go as white as it is, so that can definitely be dulled down. And it looks like the walls we have, I think they have a mix, but they've got more of that gray, the cooler colors in them, so we can continue with that. Although, what were the options we had for the stairs? That's going to be too many whites, but if we make them like, you know, definitely not white so that we don't have yet another of the cream white spectrum competing. I don't know if this is going to be worth it once we get there. It's also, is it not centered on that? No, of course not. Animal Crossing. All right, so I think we're realigning the bottom of the door to be where the bottom of that pink rectangle is. And the left, oops. Okay, well, doors have hinges, so we can put the hinges along the left side, and it's like the edge of the door opening is only about a pixel or two left of the big orangey square. But the right side would be more, which would not give us enough space for like all the way around. So it'd make more sense if the wall maybe matched, and if the wall was a simpler color, like a white that we could mesh into. Let's see what that looks like. Just I don't like this wall as much. I was thinking because the other one has such contrast, like here I don't notice as much where the edges of the wall of the door go. I don't notice the gaps along the side as much now. I don't know. Let's this might be scrapped, but right now I'm curious to see what it looks like if I try. So new, actually we're gonna start with this one. So new bottom of doorway. I think everything below this line doesn't really exist. Like I think that's tucked behind the dresser. Oh, in which case, yeah, let's so this part I think we say doesn't exist. And then I would guess this is kind of left side, door frame, hinges, things like that, which gives us most of this, and then save like a pixel on this side for our actual door. Which means we don't get to use the symmetry tool anymore, which makes this just a little bit more difficult. And that this door will only function with the stair dresser and facing in a particular direction. I don't know. I've got the design slots for once. Let's see if it's possible. All right, so that's just blocking it, and then, oh, okay. I need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we have 3. Okay, so this is our new midpoint, I think. I should have done that by counting the outside. Ugh, foolishness. Because yeah, that one, the left side got 4 eaten up, the right side got 1 eaten up. So of course there's 3 left, which would put like, gotta move it 3 this way then? So is it this? Yeah. Better idea. So we need to remember that there's 4 that are gonna go on the left side. What if we just like do this and we can fix it later? Oh, okay. No, I can't do that. Because it's an odd number. All right. We're gonna go with it's close enough. Yeah, it's close enough. I just need to remember to shift it back. I'm just thinking I was imagining that. So what if that was I'm not sure which side it's better to have the extra on, but I think this should get us close enough without having to do everything as... Just trying to think where I want the extra to end up. Like closer or not. Whatever, we're gonna try this. This is kind of our new area, and then so these need to... And we could also just... There's plenty of indoor doors that don't have the 4-panel thing. I don't like that so much. No, you're gonna have the thinner. Oh, Joy-Cons. This is complex enough without you assisting in the way that Joy-Cons do. This is gonna be lots of fun when we get to, hey, what colors should that be? Which one is the dark? Which one's the light? That has to be the light, and then this would also be... I know what I want to do, but I don't think I'm gonna have the pixels. Good ideas. I'm not saying they're like ideas that make sense. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like it. I think even if I change the colors, I don't like it. What were those lighter ones we were looking at? Somewhere in here. I don't know. Something. Around there, we've got some pink that we don't want to be pink anymore. That was my highlight. The other ones were on the spectrum, and then... No, make the changes, that's fine. I mean, that won't stay that way, but let's check the placement. Oh, I didn't shift it back for the... Well, we can check the placement on the black part. I'm hoping... I'm getting really weird stuff in my headphones, and I'm hoping that's just my headphones. Oh, it's actually... Okay. It almost looks like double doors that are opening in, which now I'm kind of like, we could do that. Mostly because it's halfway there already. So the dresser cuts off quite a lot more. A lot more than I was imagining. So probably it's about 2.5 times, I think, as high as what we have it. So we can move that then. That's only like 4 high. So that's another, what about there? And I haven't done the left-right placement because but the left-right placement isn't as bad as I was thinking. That's pretty close. So if we went like if we go 1 higher, I think it'll be at height. Let's see what that looks like. No, what? Oh. I'm just using the custom design tools, but like not in custom design land. Go 1 more. I'm gonna double check that. And this is where being able to put 2 completely different patterns is helpful. Otherwise we'd have that like weird stripey thing. It could even go higher if we wanted. I don't know. That's not bad. This is weird looking. Actually, what happened? No, again. Too many games, I think, with all the different controls, and my hands just are like hitting all the buttons. It's probably not the best choice. I'm just curious though, like what would we need to put in the center in order for us to be convinced that this looks like doors opening? Like 2 doors opening. Maybe this is like you go up the stairs and it goes to a little, maybe that's where the pantry really lives. Oh, you'd need this whole thing to be at an angle though, right? So otherwise it just looks like rounded edges, and in order to get that angle, have to cut a lot of it, right? Let me just undo all that stuff we just did. Oh, maybe this? So I follow a lot of people who do like brilliant custom designs. They plan everything out, perspectives that are amazing, and I am not that. I'm more like, hey, I click this button, I wonder what it looks like in my making of things. I like to just play with it and see what happens. Hey, that sort of... It's creepy, that sort of makes sense. And then if the squares on it were tilted, although I guess we don't need it to be open. We could put it back the way it was and have it be closed. What we're definitely going to do is copy this one. Because when I continue messing it up, I'm going to wish that I had a backup, I think. What am I doing? No, I do want this. Just want to turn this on. I'm going to make this match on the left side. Because that seemed reasonably okay. As a starting point, at least. And then... line tool seemed helpful. Or maybe around here. No, not that color. Nope, nope, nope. This color. If we sort of continue that, does that make sense? Here. And what would the bottom edge of your door, like is the bottom edge of your door the same color as the rest of the door, or does it have more shadow? I mean, we can adjust that too. Right, this one. Do I need an even darker color maybe on this edge to make it fit like this? Right. Okay. I'm kind of seeing things, and now I can't remember which pixel I just deleted. Yeah. Okay, back in symmetry mode. Whatever color this is, let's just put it in all the places. Those match now? No. I wish I had a button that was just like, it was symmetry, but it would automatically take whatever I was clicking on and just put it on the other side so that I don't have to double check the colors. No, that was the darker one. Something like that. Well, this maybe... As we go up, should that meet? And that would mean that this lighter one, I think, would continue. Oh, but if it goes there, you get this little... I think it's making a little break. Yeah, I don't want it to have that break in there, but if I make it a double thickness... feel like it wasn't jagged until I allowed it to touch this edge. Maybe not. What am I missing? Yeah, because it goes to disconnect instead. So if I disconnect this one, is that better? Not really. Eh. So I think I could put in like a slightly different pixel instead. But oh, or we just continue the way that it was. Maybe, not sure. Those continuing. And then what were we gonna do for the pink parts? Aren't gonna stay pink, obviously. Or maybe not obviously. If you didn't hear that part of the discussion then. Is this a color that I already have? We'll do this one just to make sure that it's something else. I think that's gonna be way light. Is that too bright though? I may just be making a mess. Let's find out. I kind of get it. It looks like there's a pixel that I missed that I should go find. Right, we're gonna make second trial piece just to see. Copy. Oh, we're gonna have to make the top. I want to make the top. That's harder. So in this one, we already have that. So we're continuing it. So it's gonna look like this. And then it's gonna go all the way to the top. And so we can do this with, no, that is not the color I thought it was. If we do that, we go all the way up. There's that stray pixel we had. That would bring this one, bring this, which is too wide, so we can use this. So we have this stair dresser that looks like stairs going up to a wall, and I want to put a door at the top. But I don't have a door, so I'm making a custom design to make it look like a door. And then in the process of doing that, it actually looked like two doors kind of opening in, which I realize most of the time those doors are going to open out, so maybe that's not the best idea. So I'm imagining kind of these two doors opening into, like, maybe it's a pantry or something, or it could just be another floor. I mean, it's a tiny squirrel. And so we have the bottom half, and this design is meant to be the top half, but right now it just looks like a bunch of lines. And it's kind of a mess. Yeah, so mostly I'm making a mess. I need to see this on the wall so I can figure out, there's some horizontal lines that it needs along with other things to make it make sense. Let's see. Nope, not that one. This one. So if we swap this. Yeah. I don't know if this makes any sense. But I have to erase kind of the pink stuff and down. That'll disappear. And then there are kind of well, not cutouts, but you know, the panels on it, which on the bottom one makes sense. I don't know why there's such a defined line. Like, did I get the colors wrong, or? And then I need to fix the top. So give it a door frame across the top. But then which, like, what is the angle of the doors if you push them away from you? So on the bottom, we have that, like a right triangle with its right side in the middle. But if you look at the top, what is the, I guess what's the, like, what does the space look like that's different? I'm used to sitting here with like pieces of paper and books and being like, wait a minute. Is it just not? Is there not space there because it has a top on it? Is that normal? I think defining the panels makes sense, but I'm also like, it'd probably be a lot easier to just scrap this idea. Let's put the top door frame on and see what that does. Right now, the side door frame is just 3. And then we've got this little like white inset. Really, you'd have like a dark edge here and a light edge here. I know that's not what these colors are. Really not good at working with beiges and white and all these pale colors, I think, too. It's just much easier to see, I feel like, on the bottom half of it than it is on this part. Wish you could do jujitsu in this game. That's the first time I think I've heard somebody want to be able to do that. I think I have lost my way in trying to do the upper panel for sure. What happened with my edges? Not being able to see the bottom for reference is also making this bonus hard, but let's see. Ugh, it's bad. Which is fine. It can be not right. I'm not sure if I want to fix it though. Or just redo part of it instead. I need to see it together. See, like the bottom makes sense, and then you get to the second piece and it's like, why? Oh, corners, maybe? No. I don't see the... Thinking. Thinking and getting stuck. Yeah, it definitely needed the darker color in here, not the lighter color. I mean, it can have that too. Whoops, I forgot. I have a second side to this. But where I'm kind of stuck is the top, like the pink. I'm gonna fix the pink, but where's this? Oh, is this missing? This is missing this part too. And then something else went wrong with this one. Is that so bumpy? So I must have the angle wrong because this is very like jagged compared to either the angle or the colors or both. Also wondering if this would be better if it was carried up to where you can't see it. Or is that part of the issue? Because I haven't counted, so I don't remember how long the other one is. Oh, this would not be... What if it only has panels on the bottom half? And this part is solid for simplicity. Still something not right. Oh, this one is actually... This is a dark version of the lightest. And this is a light version of the lightest. So this one might be this. Maybe that's too much. I don't like it. I don't hate the bottom because the bottom makes sense to me, but for some reason I can't think of the way an open door on the top would look. So the other thing we can do... No. Just make it basic. Which is probably what I should have done in the first place because it doesn't need to exist in the first place, let alone be this fancy. And then we go to this one, which will make stuff disappear. And if this is less than half the door. Is that too small for a doorknob? Oh, those colors have a lot more difference in them than I thought they did. Which we can change. Let's do some adjustments to these. Not quite that dark, Not quite that light. Or did I just make them all the same color? Maybe. So this is just my center. So don't mind if the center is a little on the light side. This might just not work because of the background color. Wanted to see if I could get it to round. There we go. Sort of. It's a little rounder. And then which color is this? This is this one. Is this a good enough for a shadow? Let's give it a better shadow. Maybe. Oh, hinges would make sense. Even if we're not doing the rest of the fancy stuff, this should be pretty easy, I hope. It just looks like a cute bow. Maybe it doesn't need that here. Ugh. I say it should be easy, and then, of course, it's not. Especially with the colors, it's like not going for what I want. Not the zigzag. I definitely wanted more of the either alternating or dots. Maybe none of these. Maybe we just kind of leave it alone. So I guess I was thinking of the like 2-hinge style, but really everything's just got, you know, door hinges are more piano style hinges. Yeah. No, 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 not that. And then we make the other one boring too. What's up with this one? We get rid of the center part. Wall. And then we'll replace this with the boring one we just made. Ta-da! Now we have a door at the top of the stairs. Very simple, but it works. There's probably more I could do with that, but I think the most I want to do right now is maybe change the color, but I might just leave it. Doorknob should be higher. Maybe not. Just a tiny squirrel. Alright, back to the normal stuff of putting tiny things around the kitchen after that. I might go back and make something that makes sense, but not right now. Things you find in a kitchen. Maybe she has fruit water, some sort of a pitcher. Don't have a stove I can put stuff on right now. Some version of this. Sugar for cooking. We do have a table. Oh yeah. I think this bread actually instead, because this was our country house. Maybe she has soup. Definitely like tiny jars of things. Like not potato chips, but you're gonna have like pickled vegetables or jam or something, which I don't have. So we're gonna work with this stuff. Have plants in places. So we had that whole garden thing going on outside. Probably some books. Probably a book stand someplace. Let's put some of this stuff around before I can't move any of it because there's just so much. Not the chair. I didn't want to move the chair. Let's see. Don't know if you're gonna stay here. But we'll separate some of the stuff that's more decorative from the food things. I think I want to change the customization, the colors on some of these too. What shelves did I leave us? So at some point this was all going to be shelves. And then I made the weird door instead. Do I have a place for... Do we want cans next? Because this is one of the only squares that I have over here. Maybe something else. Oh, I did put these jars. Maybe the jars, not the bottles. Oh. Our little tea kettle doesn't really make a lot of sense on top of the thing in the doorway. Maybe not this. And then, like, that makes sense next to the stove kind of thing. Nope, I don't want to move the whole kitchen, thank you. But maybe the bread just came out of the oven, so that's gonna stay over there. This is more like storage back here. Oh, we can put stuff on this fridge because I use the simple fridge. I still don't understand why the giant fridge with the, can you get to that chair? I'm not sure you can. With the, double doors, you can't put stuff on top. I don't know if I like that up there. Maybe swap that in the jars. On top of the fridge feels more like longer term storage, not like fresh produce storage. Alright, and then I've got all this other stuff. Do we keep books up there or something else? I think maybe not the red going with all of our kind of muted everything else. At least too much. Oh, I think we have yellow. Yeah. I think this is gonna make more sense maybe in the kitchen. Or is that? We can put something between these two stacks of shelves here. There's gotta be something that fits nicely. We could do some of the dried flour. I keep thinking dried herbs. On the wall. Oh, the broom somewhere. I don't want something to go in that space, but I don't know what. Oh, a clock? Maybe? What other colors does this one come in? Could still have something under it. And then I've got to do lighting as well. What colors do we have for this? I think they're all fine. Other stuff, maybe one of maybe. Everything's a maybe. Not that I ever end up looking at the wall that's right there where you come in. These, I was thinking this wall would be the right size. Can I fit two? I can fit two of them. I don't know if they should all be the same or not. Does this fit anywhere? We do have quite a bit of space on this wall. Oh, right, the broom. I didn't realize that this would come out further than the shelves on some of them. Not sure. That back wall of the kitchen still looks a little bit bare. And above the fireplace, oh, we do have a stack of books. Go someplace. I wish I had slightly more room so that we could also put seating in there. And then we need some, like, flower plants. And the bigger, like, potted plants and things. Maybe not the stack of books. More tiny stuff and larger stuff. I don't know why I feel like this house would have a old school phone. We do have a fireplace, so we could put wood indoors. Where are all of our plants in here? I feel like once you add a couple of the trees with the leafy plants, it looks so much better. Start with these. I know I've been wanting one here. I don't know if it's this one. I think maybe it was the other one. But one of them could also go over here. And then I think you can still get into that room. Is that too many? Does it look too outside-y? I want there to be more counter space for things to go on. What art did we have? Something big to go above the fireplace. Probably not the tool board. This feels like it would go somewhere in this house. Maybe not above the fireplace, but somewhere. Could do the fish. Could do this thing. I don't know if the snow makes sense with the flowers right in front of it. Maybe a different color though. What else? We had this. And that can go there. The bedroom isn't quite as decorated as I want it to be. I don't know if these make sense. We have something practical for in the kitchen. Probably wouldn't walk all the way to the opposite wall to put my keys down, but part of me wants to put a keyboard or board for your keys. I don't know. Fan? Be an odd place for like light switches. A breaker? Sure. That's ugly. I also wish you could rotate wall items sometimes. There aren't a lot of them that would work that way, but some of them I'm like, a vertical version of that instead. Candle might not make sense. Oh, we have all the shelves. I forgot about these. I don't have a lot of storage for pots and pans and things, so some of these would make sense. I don't know if that's gonna stay there. Ah. Does it work on this wall? Be willing to swap some of these things. Like this isn't doing much there. Would it make more sense to have this be a shelf that goes all the way across behind these? I would like to put it here, ideally. It doesn't want me to. It would also be like just above there. And maybe we move this. Okay, we'll move it slightly differently. Between those two, please. Should the brooms go behind that or on the middle of the wall? Getting cluttered. Which kind of is the vibe for this thing, but oh, maybe this would make sense between those shelves. Yeah. And the clock doesn't have to stay there, so maybe yeah, that makes more sense there. And then when we were trying to make that door, I did swap our walls just to see what things would look like. And I'm wondering, no, that's not, I didn't want it everywhere. But we had this one over here, and I'm wondering if that should go back there. Or if it conflicts too much. That's weird. I'm wondering if there is like a better wall for this wall. I like the kind of what this wall brings to it, but it still seems to conflict. There's something else that's different. We already have a yellow floor. I guess maybe that's why I was thinking stripes are a lot. No. I think this will maybe just go back to the way it was, and then what if this wall was something more interesting? Guess we do have the painting, because I was thinking if we were able to add windows this way. They don't quite... Yeah. Where's that yellow one we had? Maybe that would go here? Speaking of yellow. Actually, how bad does that look? It's a lot of yellow. I don't hate it. Ceiling. What do we have for ceiling? I know we can put lights on the walls and standing, but I tend to do them this way. I feel like you see lights like this over like kitchen tables. And maybe what? Ceiling fan or oh, these shelves. Forgot all about these. Should have looked at ceiling things earlier. Probably not vines in this build, although I feel like I've used them in most of the builds so far. maybe one of... I feel like there's room for other kinds of lights and things. But now that I remember these shelves exist, I want to put them like everywhere. Oh, you can't put them with that. Because they could work along this wall or somewhere else. Is that too much? From there and move the clock down. Or above the stove. Kind of not liking the bottles anymore, so it could also move them. Is that... Can they link? I like overlapping things to make it look like new stuff, but maybe not. I'm trying to center it over this sink that we have. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take away these. Because I'm not sure where to put them. Oh, wait. I was thinking they could go over the hood to the stove, maybe. What fake flooring might I have? God, is it just bricks and then the stones? Or do I have wood ones too? I do have wood ones. Ugh. Not that one. This one? Maybe. You know that the twos should fit in most of this space because it expands by even numbers. We could do that, or we could do white somewhere. How would that look if I did the kitchen in this? Maybe too strange. Maybe not that one. What about this one? Maybe these have such defined edges. Okay. I feel like when you put them side by side, maybe like the edges are just really obvious. But I wanted to maybe make the kitchen or this space here have a different floor. And I had been thinking the kitchen, but now I'm thinking maybe... No, I don't. Why are you putting it here? Maybe this space is easier to do that with. And I have one that is stuck under the stairs now. That's fine. We might just leave it. I don't love it, but I might just go with that. Oh, what can we do with the lighting? We can make it more yellow. I'm not sure. I guess maybe this is not a build for significant changes with the lighting. So we have that. No light. Very bright light. Something like this. Oh, I forgot that I hung this pendant lamp, you know, as, hey, I might use this as a possibility, and then did nothing with it. What should happen with it, though? I mean, we could put it above that thing. I think I had been thinking something else small for on top of the fireplace, too. Sure, ship in a bottle, because it was what was there. I'm still trying to think if there's a way to squish in some sort of seating here, but I don't think so. Not without expanding the room another time, and then, you know, everything else moves. So I think maybe we'll be done with this one. Most of the time was spent like making drawers I didn't use. I think it is finally done. I don't even remember what we did outside anymore. It's a really great up close of the textures on those leaves, though. Oh, I wanted the shot right before that shot. I have to remember to set one of those photos. Could probably take a better one. I know that we saw a better one in the preview. Let's see. Make me disappear. Oh, good. Thank you. Move this. Oh, come on. Just let me move it a little bit more. I think I need to pop in and start the camera. Well, I'll set that one because I like that better. And then see if we can get a slightly better shot. Ugh. Of course you close your eyes. Every time. Why do you close your eyes every time? Did she start eating ice cream because she was next to a freezer? Oh, I forget that it doesn't... Even though 2 seconds ago I was like, I'm gonna save this one so that it doesn't disappear, I forgot to save the other ones. Still haven't quite gotten the hang of like, how do you make this a good picture? Here we go. At least you can see more of it in that one. Although I still like the first one. I don't know. We'll see. Like, how much does stuff that's in here cost? I mean, I don't want that, but I could see somebody, I don't know, the farm island wanting it. This could be useful for building, and is more than I have, but if I had done more than one house in the past few hours, we would have been all set. There we go. That's in my price range. I think I'm gonna wrap here because I have some IRL things that I need to do. Might be back later either with more of this or Disney Dreamlight Valley or possibly Pokemon because I am hatching Zorua eggs and can give them away, but also surprise trading them gets me some really interesting things sometimes, so I thought that might be fun. So possibly back later, probably 5 hours from now, something like that. But thank you for stopping by. I got a bit distracted with the custom design there, so we could also make more clothing designs or something that I'm more well versed in if we do that later instead. Or perhaps a different day. But thanks. Hope you all have a good day.